Hi, I'm Commissioner Mike McKeon, and I'd like to welcome you to the Public Works Pipeline Fund Drive. The Public Works Pipeline has had, unfortunately, a mild little revenue shortfall, and we're just holding this special event to button up our finances a little bit. So please lend a hand and help out. We have a team of operators who are standing by to answer all your questions today. They've been here for the last 2 days practicing and rehearsing. So thank you to all of them. And remember, you can't spell fund without F-U-N. So this is going to be a fun fundraiser. And we're going to have these special moments, the best of Paul McElhenney, in which our Public Works Director will come out and we're going to have old highlights from his show. It's going to just be a wonderful day today. But before I get started with all that, our Township's Financial Director, Eric Traub, is just going to come out for a couple minutes here and talk about the Township finances. So welcome, Eric. Thank you so much for coming.
Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you. It's really nice.
So, as many of you know, I'm Eric Traub. I'm the Lower Merion Township Finance Director. You might have seen me on different shows or talking to the board about finances. I want to assure everyone that Lower Merion's finances are strong and secure. We still have a double AAA bond rating. The Public Works Department is performing at a very, very high level. They have the funds they need to do their job. Unfortunately, though, due partially to this guy, we've had some mismanagement on, the show. And, this goes back to things I said when I first heard about the show. Do not give me McKeon. He's a great guy. He's a nice guy. I like him. But running the show, not his thing. I said, give me Bernheim. Give me McComb. Give me Churchill. Churchill. Come on. McKeon, to describe this show's finances as a mild revenue shortfall, maybe a bit irresponsible. But, there's no scenario which I think you're going to save the show. None. And even if you get any money, you're probably going to waste it on like Star Wars memorabilia. What's that thing? B3, PPO, whatever it is that you like.
You Star Trek fans, you live in your own little world.
It's not. Township residents, you're smart, good people. I implore you all, do not throw good money after bad.
All right, look, Eric Traub, if that really is your name, okay, our finances are in good order. This is just like your opinion for what you're saying. I don't know where you're getting these numbers from, but I can tell you here, I wish I had an electric blue carpet like a preacher does, but folks, so help me God, we're in good situation with our numbers. Everything is fine.
All right, I'm just going to level with you guys. He's wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about with a lot of things, but this, in terms of the finance of the show, I don't know why, but
all right, you know what? You're bringing us down, man. You're bringing us down. We're cutting this off. We're cutting it off. Let's get a clip from Paul McElhenney. I want Paul McElhenney. Well, folks, thank you so much. The callers are starting to come in. We got our first $1.25 on the tote board already. The generosity, it's just breathtaking to see this from everybody. And right now I want to let you all know what you can get for your generous donations, because the Public Works Pipeline, we always give back too. So one of our first items that you can get with any $50 donation is this Public Works Pipeline tote bag. Please check this out. Look at this fetch bag, everyone. Isn't this nice?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
All right. Well, let me just say that whether you're antiquing in Jim Thorpe or you're shopping at Sam Goody and Ardmore, you will be the toast of the town when people see you with this pipeline tote bag. One time I was at Sharper Image sitting in massage chairs, and they kicked me out because they said I was creeping out some of the other customers. I came back in with this pipeline bag the next day, looked at the salesperson. I said, "You work on commission, don't you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Big mistake. Huge." And then the police walked me out. But, I got the message across. People knew that this is a really, really nice bag to have. And let's look at the other junk, the other nice stuff you can get here. What else do we have? People love lawn signs in Lower Merion. We're always trying to save everything in Lower Merion. With a $25 donation, you can get a Public Works Pipeline Save the Line donation. We don't have them printed out yet because we need your money, but we'll give this to you with that kind of a donation. $50 donation, leaf bag. You can use them all the time, kind of. But in the fall for leaves, in the spring, yard waste, debris, $50. What a deal. It's amazing. And last, thank you. This CIP one-of-a-kind item to our next caller. We only have one. Adopted in 2020, okay? You get this next. Next caller with a donation. gets the CIP adopted 2020. Now, I planned for some talent acts today. There was a guy who was going to do spoken word, Rubber Band Man. Unfortunately, he died this morning, but we have some other acts coming. So please stick around, and we're going to go right now take a look at one of our special moments in the history of the Public Works Pipeline. So don't go away. Can you tell us about what Public Works is generally for Lower Merion?
For Lower Merion, Public Works is made up of 7 divisions. We handle essentially infrastructure of the township. We keep things moving, make everyday life possible. So we're made up of 7 divisions. We have our fleet division that takes care of all the equipment. We have our refuse department that picks up your trash. We have our sewer division that takes care of the sewage. We have our highway department that takes care of the roadways. We have our shade tree division that takes care of the right-of-way trees and trees in the park. We have our facilities division that takes care of all the township facilities and buildings. We have the electric shop that takes care of the street lights and the traffic lights and those type of things.
And we're back, folks. The donations, again, they keep coming in here, and I got to tell you, we got something very, very special here on the line right now with us from the Ukraine is President Zelensky. President Zelensky, can you hear me? Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, Mr. President. Yes, you're on the pipeline. Unfortunately, we can't channel your comments in. The audience can only hear me. I know you're calling us from a secure location. So, but I just want to let you know on a personal level, we really appreciate the money. I know you're going through a lot over there right now. So the fact that you would have some time to extend some generosity to our show, it just says what a stand-up guy you are. So, we're really pulling for you over there. No, I'm sorry. Again, I can't let you talk to the crowd. We can't pipe you in. I'll get your message across, though. Right? Yep. You're looking for help. We got it. We understand. So, but yeah, thank you again, Mr. President. Yeah, we'll catch up soon. I promise. Next week sometime. I'll be around. All right. Thank you, sir. Well, Vladimir Zelensky, what a stand-up guy. Another donation there, and we're closing in at $2. So please keep that money coming, folks. Hi, and we're back at the Public Works Pipeline Telethon, where my favorite nation is donation. The money is pouring in right now. We're up to $6.02. So please, folks, make those donations. Have them keep coming. And it looks like we've got our first call of the day. So let's see if we can line this up. Hello, good evening. You're on the Public Works Pipeline.
Oh yeah, is this that telethon thing?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, hi. This is Andy Gavlin. You may know me from Lower Merion TV's #1 hit show, Beside the Gavel. Am I speaking with Mike?
Yes, you are. You know that.
Mike, of course I know it. Mike, how's it going over there?
Pretty good. We got $6.02 right now. The donations, like I said, they're rolling in here. We're doing well.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Well, I want to help out. You know I love you, even though your show is a bit of a train wreck. But I do want to do what I can to help. So what I did is I went out to my sponsors, and I have a ton of sponsors because people actually watch my show. So I went out to sponsors and I said, listen, please help out my buddy Mike. Sent them a highlight packet. Highlight's a strong word, but sent them a package of some of the clips from your show. I promised if they would donate, I would again do the Memorial Day parade with you to get you some visibility. I even made them a promise. I said, you know what? I will match your donations dollar for dollar. So Mike, I am pleased to announce I've got $26.18 for you.
You know what? We don't want your blood money, okay? Don't come out here to kick me when I'm down on this show. We're just trying to raise some money here. You come out here, you do this long soliloquy, and then it's $26.02. Get that out of here.
First of all,
we don't need that on the show.
$26.18. So you do need it, right? How much do you have so far? $6? I mean,
no, that's not an updated total.
Oh,
some more.
Okay.
We'll
Sorry,
go back to the
$7.
code for it. Some more money could have come back in.
Mike, you know what? If you keep treating your callers like this, you're not going to get another penny. So
I don't want another penny from you, okay?
Maybe someone should not only teach you how to host a TV show, but also host a telethon.
Well, that was a truly disturbing exchange, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really sorry about that. We will make sure that he never contacts again. But right now it's time for another special memory from the show. All right, and there's the Kegel Complex, 1300 North Woodbine Avenue. What is the Kegel Complex for people who may not know what it is?
Well, the Kegel Complex has been referred to as the dump and so forth. It originally started it was originally built in the 30s as our incinerator plant for the township of Lower Merion. Over time, it has turned into a transfer station. Along with it houses facilities for the fleet department, the highway department, the parks department, the shade tree department. The police also use part of the facility down there. But essentially, this is where we take all of the trash that is then transferred to our waste hauler who takes it to the trash to steam plant up in Conshohocken. The recycling crews bring in the two forms of recycling, the co-mingle or the paper, and that is where it is then deposited. And then our two vendors remove those products from our facility also.
And members of the public can go into the Kegel complex, different parts of it, right?
Yes, they can. They can for disposing of recyclables, for disposing of regular trash, and for disposing of yard waste. In the sense of, well, grass and those type of things go with the regular trash, but tree clippings, leaves, and those type of things, and then those items are then sent to our composting facility. And we turn them into compost and topsoil and things like that.
That's the 17-acre Waverly site, right?
Correct, in the western end of the township. And that's where we then take all the leaves that are collected from the residential collection, from contractors who come in, landscapers and so forth. We take it out to that facility. We make mulch, topsoil, all different types of products. Some of that is brought back for the general use of the residents. They can pick it up at the Kegel complex during normal business hours.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much. I just a little parched here. If I can get a drink here a moment. Thank you. Oh, and our director has another note for us. Looks like another donation came in. Thank you. This one's from the Count. He gives us $300, the Count from Sesame Street. So thank you, Mr. Count. I don't know if that's $600 or $300, but we'll take it. That's certainly a big, generous number. And you know what, Mr. Traub, wherever the heck you are, I want you to see these numbers coming in here because we're doing really, really well.
Hey, what happened here?
What happened? It was just relaxing. I don't know. I got a little wet or something. Why? What is that?
It seems like, unfortunately, my warnings have been unheeded, and this fund drive is doing nothing other than wasting time and wasting money.
Well,
that's what you do.
I'm cooling off here,
You're
man.
cooling off?
Yeah.
All right.
Where's Rick Churchill? Where's your boy Churchill? You keep yelling about.
I'm telling. If Churchill was here, he would have a saying. He'd be on the radio. Things would be good.
Like I said, I want Paul McElhenney. Let's get another McElhenney highlight.
All right, our third letter is from Dr. Lecter. I would like the township to build a sidewalk on my street in Gladwin. How would a first-class township like Lower Merion handle something like this?
Again, I'll take that. That's part of our daily tasks. So if a resident wishes to have a sidewalk in front of their home, by township ordinance, the sidewalk is the responsibility of the property owner. Curb, sidewalk fall under that of the property owner. Currently, there is an ad hoc sidewalk committee that is made up by members of the Board of Commissioners that are looking at the future sidewalks. And I could, if I could ask Commissioner McKeon to elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, so as Paul mentioned, sidewalks, they're the responsibility of the property owners. And I think a lot of people in the township presume that the township will pay for sidewalks, but if you want a sidewalk to be installed under township code, it's the property owners that have to pay that. And that could be a $30,000 cost, something like that per property. And then you're responsible for maintaining the sidewalk, as we know with our own homes. During the winter weather, that can be really difficult. So the township has looked into an ad hoc sidewalk committee to prioritize certain streets in the township and then see what the policy would be for adding additional sidewalks. That could include the township funding some of the sidewalk costs, part of the sidewalk costs, or none of it. Those would be policy directions at the board, but that's just something that's being worked at now. But all right, folks, and we have actually another live caller right now. I mean, like I said, the calls, the donations, everything's coming in. So, hello, you're on the pipeline.
Hello, this is Guy Incognito. I've been a resident of a longtime resident of Lower Merion for over 30 years, and I just want to say what a waste of time this show is. I know you so-called commissioner interviews some director of public works or something like that.
Wait a minute, this is Gavin. I know who this is. This is Gavin.
This is Guy Incognito.
Guy, no,
I think your show should be a lot. No, your show should be a lot more like Beside the Gavel. That's really informative and actually funny. So I don't know what you're doing here. This is Guy Incognito.
You know what I'm doing, Mr. Incognito? I'm cutting you off. Let's cut him off, guys. All right? He's cut off. So this Behind the Gavel show, my rival show, which I call it now the Gavin Girls, because that's basically all you see when you watch it. Meatball questions. There's just nothing there. There's no content. What you see on the pipeline is real. We had 3 fights last year. I won one of them. We come out with emotion. We went fishing for sharks on the Schuylkill. It's everything. It's life. And I can't even get into my disdain that I have for that phony of phony shows that is Behind the Gavel. Now it is time for the percolator right now, so let's go to the tote board and see how much money we have. Kind of looks like the same number. I'm not positive on that. All right, folks. With that, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with our special talent act, which is going to be Chewbacca doing a little bit of juggling, I hope. We are back here with the fund drive. I thank you so much for your generosity, and the money, like I said, it's just pouring in. And now we have one of the talent acts that I promised. None other than Chewbacca is here to juggle some bowling pins. So we're gonna let the Wookiee win, right? There you go. All right, here we go. These are heavy. All right, coming up here though, right? We got this, okay? Right? I don't know if you need to take all your clothes off for this. I don't know here. You know, we don't have political messages on this show, so I hope that's not. Oh, all right, here we go. There it is. Okay, ready to say the line here. Yeah. Chewie, really? You gonna bend your Wookiee? Okay. All right, well, I appreciate the effort there. Wait a minute. Is it? Oh, and then, you know, you mentioned the plastic bags. That's something too in general. I know there's some residents who still will take out, 15 water bottles, commingled items. So we actually do have some stuff. They'll take those out and they'll dump them in, and they'll dump in the plastic bag in their yellow container. And
or the staff will pull up and there'll be a bag full of them, recyclables. What that really does is it really messes with the machinery where we get our recycling, where we send it. So please take a moment, open the bag, put it in the can, so that way it's recycled properly and it doesn't jam up the machinery.
LMTV has, I think, a world-class PSA that they've been running maniacally for the last few years about the plastic bags, and it shows how when it gets to the facility that those jam up the machines, and I think they have a guy with a little bit like a hatchet or something like that trying to cut loose the bags.
Yeah, that, garden hoses, those type of things, they get wound in there and it just slows down, and it just and then when those individuals rebid our contracts, they look at, did we have a lot of contamination? And if we did, and that slowed down their operations, then that's reflected in the prices they'll offer.
Oh, folks, all right, we're back. Sorry, I just came back. I was chasing Andy Gavin around and beat the heck out of him with a bowling pin. So my head hurts a little bit right now. I kind of feel like the walls are caving in all around me. It looks like the money isn't quite coming in, so I need you. I need, come on, from the heart, do what you can. Save the show, save me. And it looks like we have another one that came in. We've got a pledge. Our director's bringing that out here now. Let's see what the pledge is. Here we go. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's from Dr. Lecter. Thank God. Thank you, God, for Dr. Lecter. At our time of need, he's pledged $300. What a generous man. Dr. Lecter, retired doctor in Gladwin, a huge fan of the show. He does so much for so many people. I wish everyone could be like Dr. Lecter. Now this $300, it's just a pledge. We don't have enough to put on the tote board, but I know that Dr. Lecter is a man of his word, and we thank you so much for it. Now speaking of walls, like I said, we're closing in on us. Did you hear about the compost site that the township has in the Waverly Complex in Gladwin? 17 acres of compost. And you can listen to the Public Works Pipeline now when we talked about that back from March 2023.
Once you get past the the Gladwin interchange. A little bit after that, you'll see an entire complex on the right-hand side, and you'll see what we call windrows, which are the leaves that are stacked up, and it's a rather long linear complex that we have there.
So if I rake a bag of leaves and I put it in one of those brown bags, there's a good chance that's going to end up at the Waverly site at some point.
Well, if you rake a bag of leaves and it's not contaminated with dirt, stones, bamboo, any of that kind of stuff, because the staff has to kind of look at that as they pick it up, then yes, it will make it to the Waverly site. If you have a contaminated bag, unfortunately, no, we have to dispose of that. So we really see the contamination
In the spring.
In the spring. Yeah. So we ask, please, if you're conscious enough to bag, separate those things out so that we can truly we can compost and bring forward a good product for the residents.
Well, that makes sense too, because in the fall people can be overwhelmed with leaves, so you've got a lot of good leaves you're throwing in there. In the spring, drier time, there may not be a lot of leaves, so they're dumping in.
Well, people are doing their spring cleanup, they're digging up their flower beds, and you get contamination. I've almost done it myself, and I've caught myself and had to correct it.
And with the Kegel complex, historically, I remember as a kid we would go there on the dump days or dump times, and you would throw things into a pit.
Yes.
That pit's been closed.
Yeah, the pit was closed several years ago. At first, the county waste system closed. They did away with the waste system. We were looking at a quite expensive repair to the overhead crane system. Safety issues with our insurance had concerns, so we've changed the system. Residents come in, they'll put their items into the back of the trash truck, and then staff will dispose of it that way.
And
folks, welcome back to this telethon thing, whatever this is. We had some really bad news. Dr. Lecter has reneged on his $300 gift. So big unthank you, Dr. Lecter. We were so looking forward to that money. We needed that money, and you took your money back from us. So shame on you. But I do got to thank our operators here today. You guys have been, and gals have been on the phones all day long, manning these calls, doing everything. I don't know who you've been talking to because we hardly got any money today, but thank you so much for everything that you did. You're what kept this fund drive together, not the miserable people in the public who had trouble donating 2 nickels today. And thank you also too to all the help we had in our studio, our manager, our producer. Come on out, please. Don't take a bow, okay? Don't take a bow. Thank you very much, everybody. And to everyone who watched and tuned in, I don't know if this show's ever coming back. I don't know if we've saved the pipeline or not. We'll find out next month. But please donate if you can. There's still a couple seconds left.